Hey my friends, Dr. Mandell here. Today we're going to talk about something most men over 60 simply overlook because it sounds too simple, almost too basic to matter. But trust me, the difference it can make in your energy, circulation, stamina, and overall vitality is huge. So let me start with this. If you're over 60, drinking plain water may not be giving your body what it truly needs. And no, I'm not saying stop drinking water altogether. I'm saying your body changes with age, and what you put in that water can make a powerful difference, especially when it comes to nitric oxide levels, blood flow, and keeping your system functioning at its best. Now, why is this such a big deal for men after 50 and especially after 60? Because the truth is the body you had at 25 isn't the body you have now. Your metabolism slows, your muscle mass decreases, your circulation changes, and one of the most important things, your nitric oxide production drops dramatically. Nitric oxide is the molecule your blood vessels depend on to relax open and allow healthy flow throughout the entire body. It's absolutely essential for heart health, brain performance, physical strength, and overall wellness. But here's the catch. By the time a man reaches 60, his nitric oxide levels can drop to nearly half of what they were in his younger years. And when nitric oxide drops, you feel it. Your energy isn't the same, your endurance dips, your recovery slows, even simple everyday tasks start feeling heavier. But the good news, you can help your body support healthy nitric oxide levels naturally simply by adding the right nutrients to the water you're already drinking every day. Before we get into what to add, let me explain why plain water just isn't enough at this stage of life. When you're younger, your body efficiently converts certain plant-based nutrients into nitric oxide. That process happens smoothly, effortlessly, automatically. But as the decades pass, the enzymes responsible for this conversion start to slow down. The lining of your blood vessels isn't as responsive as it once was. Your body simply needs more support. And here's where many men over 60 run into trouble. They're dehydrated without even realizing it. You may think you drink enough water, but your thirst mechanism weakens with age. Your body doesn't give strong signals anymore. So even mild dehydration can throw off your circulation, your metabolism, your digestion, and your overall performance. That's why the right nutrients added to your water can make a world of difference. They don't just hydrate you, they nourish the exact pathways that help your blood vessels relax and open. And when circulation improves, everything in your body starts functioning more efficiently. Now, another big challenge for men over 50 is timing. You can't just drink water randomly throughout the day and expect dramatic improvements. Your body responds best when you hydrate strategically. Early morning hydration is incredibly important because your blood tends to be thicker first thing after waking up. Supporting circulation at this time can make your body more alert, more energized, and more capable throughout the entire day. But here's something else a lot of men don't realize: how you hydrate before meals, before activity, and even before relaxation in the evening affects how your body digests food, manages energy, and recovers from daily stress. Men over 60 also face lifestyle factors that work against healthy nitric oxide levels: stress, poor sleep, lack of movement, processed foods, and of course the normal aging process itself. But with the right adjustments, you can help your body reactivate these natural pathways. And that's what we're going to dive into in this full script. We're going to talk about how to hydrate in a way that supports healthy circulation, what simple natural ingredient boosts nitric oxide like crazy when added to water, how to time your intake for maximum benefit, and what lifestyle habits help the body maintain strong, steady blood flow as you age. But before we move deeper, I want you to understand this clearly. This isn't about complicated supplements or expensive drinks. This is about using nature, real, simple, accessible nutrients your body recognizes instantly. Because when you support nitric oxide naturally, you support the entire cardiovascular system. You support healthy heart function. You support endurance. You support the strength of your daily performance. Everything becomes smoother, lighter, more efficient. And that's exactly why drinking plain water alone just isn't enough anymore. You're not 20. You're not 30. Your body has changed. But the beauty is you can give it what it needs and it will respond. All right, my friends, that sets the foundation. So now that you understand why plain water isn't always enough for men over 60, let's talk about what actually helps the body support healthy nitric oxide levels naturally. And again, we're keeping this simple, natural, and safe, something you can use every single day without complicating your life. One of the most powerful natural boosters your body responds to is something most people walk past in the grocery store without even thinking twice about it. It's nitrate rich, it's inexpensive, and when you add it to your water, it becomes a direct source your body can use to help maintain healthy nitric oxide levels. Your body doesn't have to struggle converting it. It doesn't need a long chain of reactions. It absorbs and uses it much more easily, especially as you get older. And that ingredient is beet powder. Just a simple teaspoon mixed into a glass of water can do wonders for supporting healthy circulation. Now, I'm not talking about sugary beet drinks or artificial mixes. I'm talking about real natural beet powder, nothing added, nothing synthetic. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates on the planet, and the timing couldn't be better because as your natural nitric oxide production declines with age, dietary nitrates become one of the easiest ways to support those levels. They work through a different pathway that doesn't depend as heavily on the enzymes that weaken with age. That's why so many men feel a noticeable difference in their energy clarity and physical response when they start using it regularly. But here's the thing: you can't just throw beet powder into water randomly and expect results. Your body responds differently at different times of day. The goal is to drink it at the moments when your system needs support the most. Morning is one of the most important times. When you wake up, your body has gone several hours without hydration. Your blood is more concentrated, your circulation is slower, and your energy systems are still trying to warm up. When you add beet powder first thing in the morning, before coffee, before breakfast, it gives your body a head start. It supports healthy nitric oxide, which supports blood flow, which supports your energy and stamina for the rest of the day. Another great time is mid-afternoon, especially when you're feeling sluggish or tired. This is when many men grab a sugary snack or an energy drink. But a glass of water with a small amount of beet powder can support your system in a much more natural way. It gives your body what it needs without the crash, without the chemicals, and without stressing your adrenal system. Now let's talk for a moment about something many men over 60 experience but rarely discuss: fatigue that comes out of nowhere. You might wake up feeling okay, but by midday it feels like someone unplugged your energy source. That isn't just aging, that's circulation. When your blood flow is sluggish, every part of your body has to work harder. Your muscles, your mind, your breathing, your digestion, they all depend on getting oxygen delivered efficiently. Supporting nitric oxide helps your vessels relax and open, allowing your system to work the way it's supposed to. You're not fighting against your own body anymore, you're working with it. And here's one more reason beet enhanced water works so well: it supports the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. Think of the lining like the smooth, flexible surface inside your arteries and veins. When you're young, it responds instantly to signals, but with age, that lining can become less responsive. Nitrates help encourage that lining to stay flexible, which is essential for maintaining healthy circulation throughout the entire body. But there's something else that's important: movement. You cannot support circulation while sitting still all day. Even a 5-minute walk can activate the muscles in your legs and get that blood pumping. The combination of movement plus nitrate-rich hydration is incredibly powerful. And don't forget the foods you eat throughout the day. Dark, leafy greens like spinach, arugula, and kale are also loaded with natural nitrates. When you include them in your meals, you support nitric oxide production from multiple angles. Your body loves these foods because they work with your biology, not against it. One thing I always tell men over 60 is this: your energy is not gone. It's just waiting for the right conditions. When you hydrate properly, when you give your body raw materials it can actually use, and when you keep your blood flowing through simple daily movement, your whole system wakes up. You start to feel lighter. You start to feel more in control. You start to feel like your younger self again. But we're not done yet, because while beet powder is powerful, it isn't the only thing your body needs. There are other natural ingredients that work synergistically to support circulation, hydration, and nitric oxide levels. And when you combine them the right way, the benefits multiply. We're going to get into that in the next part, along with a simple routine that you can follow every day, morning, afternoon, and evening, to help keep your system running at its best. Now that we've talked about beet powder and why it works so well for men over 60, I want to introduce a second natural ingredient that pairs beautifully with it. When you combine the two, your body gets support on multiple levels: hydration, circulation, energy, endurance, and overall vitality. This ingredient is something most people already have at home, but they've never used it in the way I'm about to explain. And that's simple lemon. Lemon is one of the greatest natural boosters you can add to water, especially as you get older. It's rich in vitamin C, which helps protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. And when nitric oxide stays active longer in the body, you feel the difference. Your circulation feels smoother, your clarity feels sharper, and your stamina throughout the day becomes more stable. But lemon does something else that people don't talk about enough. It helps support the health of your endothelial lining. When the lining is healthy, it responds better, relaxes better, and supports cleaner blood flow. Lemon water also helps balance pH levels in the body, supports digestion, and helps your system flush out what it doesn't need. All of that contributes to better energy production. When you combine beet powder with lemon, you create a powerful synergy. The beet powder helps your body produce nitric oxide, while the lemon helps support its stability. The result is a smoother, more sustained feeling of wellness. But timing matters here too. While beet powder is amazing in the morning and afternoon, lemon water shines at different moments of the day. One of the best times to drink warm lemon water is right after waking up, even before the beet mixture, especially if you want to support digestion and hydration. Warm water activates your digestive tract, your liver, and your lymphatic system. When you add lemon, you give your body a natural wake-up call that's gentle but effective. Here's a simple routine. Start your morning with warm lemon water. Give it 5 to 10 minutes, then follow it with your beet enhanced water. This layering effect prepares your body, wakes up your metabolism, and supports healthy circulation early in the day. Many men notice that when they do this consistently, their morning stiffness eases, their mind feels clearer, and their energy picks up much faster. Another great time for lemon water is right before meals. A small amount of lemon and water can help your stomach prepare for digestion. When digestion improves, your body absorbs nutrients more efficiently. And when your body absorbs nutrients better, everything from your energy to your physical performance improves. Now let's bring in a third ingredient that works hand in hand with nitric oxide production, hydration, and whole body support. This one is simple, inexpensive, and incredibly effective pink Himalayan salt or high quality sea salt. Not much, just a tiny pinch in water. Why? Because as we age, our cells don't hold water the way they used to. Plain water passes through too quickly. You drink, but your cells don't absorb. That leads to fatigue, muscle heaviness, and poor circulation. Electrolytes help water enter the cells where it's needed. A tiny pinch of natural salt contains trace minerals, magnesium, potassium, calcium, that help your body actually use the water you drink. This means better hydration, better cellular function, and better circulation. And since good hydration supports nitric oxide pathways, everything works together. Here's the key: do not add salt to your beet drink. Use it separately, either in your first glass of morning water or later in the day when you feel tired or dehydrated. Just a pinch is enough. The combination of beet powder, lemon, and a touch of natural salt creates a balanced hydration system. Each ingredient plays a different role. One supports nitric oxide. One protects nitric oxide. One improves hydration and mineral balance. Think of them as a team, each one contributing to your overall vitality. But there's another major factor that men over 60 must pay attention to: breathing. Most people breathe shallowly without realizing it. Over time, that decreases oxygen intake and affects nitric oxide levels in the nasal passages. When you breathe through your nose instead of your mouth, your body naturally creates nitric oxide. It's one of the simplest ways to support circulation without supplements or drinks. Try this simple practice throughout the day. Pause for 10 seconds and take slow nasal breaths. Inhale through the nose, hold for a moment, exhale through the nose. Just a few repetitions bring more oxygen into the system, help relax the blood vessels, and support healthy nitric oxide. Combine that with your hydration routine and light daily movement, and you create a foundation your body can thrive on. Because here's the truth: many men feel older not because of age, but because their circulation is stagnant, their breathing is shallow, their hydration is incomplete, their nitric oxide is low, their lifestyle rhythm has slowed down. But when you give your body the right ingredients, the right timing, the right support, your energy wakes back up. You feel lighter in your steps. Your mind feels more alive. Your resilience increases. And we're just getting started. Because in the next part, we're going to talk about how stress, sleep, and daily habits affect nitric oxide levels more than most people realize, and how a few simple changes can transform the way you feel every single day. Now that we've covered the natural ingredients and hydration routine, it's time to talk about something just as important: your lifestyle rhythm. Because what you drink is transformative, but how you live each day either supports nitric oxide or quietly destroys it. And this is where many men over 60 get stuck without realizing it. They're not doing anything wrong. They're simply following the same patterns they've had for decades. But the body at 60 doesn't respond the same way it did at 30 or 40. It needs gentler support, better recovery, and more intentional habits. Let's start with one of the biggest nitric oxide killers: stress. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, and when cortisol stays elevated, it tightens your blood vessels, slows circulation, and interrupts nitric oxide pathways. Your mind feels heavier, your energy drops, and your motivation shrinks. You might feel frustrated and think you're just getting older, but much of this is stress-driven chemistry. The good news is that you don't need complicated meditation routines to bring cortisol back down. Sometimes all you need is 2 to 3 minutes of stillness. Sit down, slow your breathing, close your eyes, and let your shoulders fall. These few minutes signal your nervous system to relax. When the nervous system relaxes, nitric oxide rises, your blood vessels open, your heart rate steadies, your energy returns. Another huge factor is sleep. Many men over 60 don't realize how much poor sleep affects their circulation. When you don't sleep well, your body doesn't recover. Your blood vessels become stiffer. Your muscles lose oxygen. Your mind becomes foggy. And again, nitric oxide declines. But here's something powerful: when you hydrate properly throughout the day and keep your body moving, your sleep naturally improves, circulation increases, your muscles relax more easily, your breathing slows down at night, you fall asleep faster, and you stay asleep longer. Speaking of movement, let's talk about the type of activity that supports nitric oxide the most. You don't need heavy gym workouts or intense routines. In fact, pushing too hard can backfire for men over 60 because it raises cortisol. What your body responds to best is rhythmic, light activity: walking, stretching, deep breathing, and slow, steady motion. When your calf muscles contract during walking, they act like a pump that pushes blood upward. This helps reduce swelling, supports healthy circulation, and signals the vessels to produce more nitric oxide. Just 10 minutes twice a day can have a huge impact. But consistency is essential. Your body doesn't care about perfection, it cares about rhythm. A few minutes every day beats an hour once a week. Another lifestyle factor many men underestimate is sunlight. A few minutes of gentle sunlight on the skin, especially early morning, helps the body produce nitric oxide naturally. The UV rays trigger a chemical reaction in the skin that releases nitric oxide into the bloodstream. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to support circulation. And then there's your diet. The foods you eat either help your vessels stay flexible or cause them to stiffen. Processed foods, high sodium, excessive sugars, they all create inflammation that constricts your vessels. But when you include foods like beets, spinach, citrus berries, nuts, and green vegetables, your vessels stay more relaxed and responsive. But I want to make something clear, this is not about dieting. It's about nourishment. Your body needs nutrients that support blood flow, energy production, and tissue repair. When you eat real foods, you give your system the tools it needs to rebuild. And when your system rebuilds, everything becomes easier. Movement, hydration, mental clarity, daily performance. Another overlooked element is posture. When your posture collapses, especially when sitting, it compresses the abdomen, tightens the chest, and reduces lung capacity. That prevents oxygen from reaching your blood effectively and lowers nitric oxide production in the nasal passages. Try this simple adjustment. Sit up, lift your chest slightly, and roll your shoulders back. You'll feel the difference instantly. Your breathing opens up, your body relaxes, your circulation improves. And finally, let's talk about the evening routine. How you wind down determines how your body recovers. Shut off screens an hour before bed. Drink a small glass of lemon water or warm plain water. Do slow nasal breathing for 1 minute. Stretch your legs or walk around your home for a few minutes. This signals your nervous system that it's time to repair, not fight. And this internal shift is what supports nitric oxide, circulation, and energy for the next day. You see, everything works together. Your hydration supports your vessels support your energy supports your movement supports your recovery supports your nitric oxide. It's a full cycle. A cycle you can influence every single day. And in the final part, we're going to bring it all together, your drink routine, your timing, your lifestyle rhythm, and I'll show you how to create a simple, sustainable plan you can follow daily for powerful, long-lasting results.